Wreckfest 2 Early Access on Steam Deck thanks to THQ Nordic for providing a code of the game. So this game released, I think a couple weeks ago, March 20th, and it's marked as playable, but it's the kind of playable that says this game has minor graphics display issues on Steam Deck. It's been a while since I saw one of these. So that's interesting. You can change the settings or launch the game right away. My advice is to change settings and ask each time, so then you can launch the game normally. As soon as I look at this launcher, I think old school is their own engine. So my first advice is 1152 by 720 on windowed mode, so you can control the sharpness. And the quality preset will see that into the game, but once you keep it like this, hit play. Once you're into the game, hit Options, hit Adjust Settings, and in Graphics, you'll find something like a mix of medium and high settings with anti-aliasing as FXAA, MSAA, or FSR 3.1.3. For some reason, there is no upscaling as of yet, so that's why I chose 1152 by 720. But it's weird to not have the resolution option over here. Again, early access, but very early. Then when it comes to content, there's multiplayer and single player. And if you go to a custom race, you can see the amount of tracks. You have the sandpit, the speedway, the scrapyard, and testing grounds. That's basically what you got in different configurations. Alright, so once you load into quick play, I think it's a bit excessive on the amount of cars it defaults to. So let's go into photo mode, so I show you. There's basically 24 cars and a lot of graphical glitches, especially, well, basically the ground texture is broken. No matter which Proton version I use, I tried Proton Experimental Bleeding Edge, and that didn't fix it either. But when it comes to performance, if you want to have a playable experience at the moment, at this very moment, we are on April 11th, 2025, make sure to have a maximum of 10 opponents, otherwise you'll drop into the 20s. Well, you'll have graphical glitches, but the physics and destruction are awesome, at least right now. Back to the main menu and do a custom race in the same place as Scrapyard, and we do the main route. We can choose how many opponents and how much card damage. So the grid size 10, so there will be 9 opponents. And now basically with a grid of 10 cars, including yourself, it becomes way more playable. But again, the main issue for me at least is that the ground texture is completely visually broken. That really bothers me. But right now, I'd say it's an early access, but too early. There's not even music, I think. So yeah. 9 opponents, I would say, is the maximum I would go on Steam Deck, but for racing purposes, I wouldn't play this game right now. Still too early, but I'll revisit it as we get more updates, because again, there is very little content. It's basically just a shell that is going to become a complete game later, and it's their own engine. But as you can see, my car is completely wrecked, which is what I like about the game. Another custom race, I'll go to the Speedway Derby, put a grid size of 12, and basically put that Demolition Deathmatch. So it's basically car destruction, all about car destruction. Basically in this deathmatch mode, the objective is to wreck the other cars before they wreck you. And on this one I put more opponents, so it's more fun, but now already my suspension is damaged and my radiator is leaking. But I'd say the main issue of this game, apart from needing more time in the oven, is that on Steam Deck the ground textures look completely artifacty, to say it in some way, to put it mildly. Which, again, the first game was not an exception when it comes to having little content and performance. When I played the original Wreckfest, it was called Next Car Game. It didn't even have a title, and you only had the Demolition Derby mode, so this is very reminiscent to those times. I can barely move the car now. Jesus. So what would I do right now? Well, right now I would hit the Steam key, exit the game, manage, uninstall. After you uninstall the game, you go to your library and you open the original game, Wreckfest, which is completely verified, and it should be way cheaper. This game is even on phones nowadays, not sure how they pulled that off, but yeah, if you want me to make a video on the original Wreckfest, let me know in the comments. But as of right now, I cannot recommend Wreckfest 2 at its current state on early access, especially due to the artifacting. It's very distracting, performance is pretty poor, and there's very few tracks, basically 4 tracks in total with some variation. But I think it's off to a good start, it's looking pretty good. I like the destruction of the cars, they look pretty detailed. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, go play Wreckfest 1. This is the original game on a mix of medium and high at native 800p. And well, I think you can see the contrast when cars are crashing all together with extreme destruction. You get something like this, which is still intensive, but at least it's playable and looks pretty damn good, in my opinion. But again, it's just to let you guys know that the original game, it's a better idea right now, way more content, and performs way better, but it's a way older game. And of course the graphics are worse.